Hello and welcome to the most hated show in the black corner of the internet. I'm your host, the whiteologist, Mr. Blows Your Minds, and this is Black Minds News. Black Minds News is to report, articulate, transmit, communicate, insinuate, develop, investigate, unveil, decode, spread the news, whether it's by news, video, websites, or quotes from publications. As I articulate this information, I accept the creator of the universe, be here, heart, soul, mind, and spirit, because why? The truth don't need no partner. As a descendant of the greatest people who created this place that we call the United States, we, the foundational black Americans, the bloodline historical lineage, the historical people known as slaves, we who call ourselves BADOS, Black American Descendant of Slaves, some say Black African Descendant of Slaves. Others say ADOS, American Descendant of Slaves. We, the today children, offspring, and present generation, we give honor to our ancestors. You know the motto of my show is, I'm never gonna tell you what I heard. I'm only gonna tell you what I know. Well, did you hear? Over in Daytona, Florida, accordingly as the reports come out, man supposedly had lost his job, told his little honey, his side piece, I think that I want to feel like I want to kill about 100 people. So somehow he leaves. Girlfriend, after I've seen many stories of how people now talking about how they probably could have prevented and said something, she decided to do the right thing. She gets on the telephone, makes a call to the local authorities. This individual ended up being apprehended. Well, that's only a synopsis of that. You want to hear the entirety of this. So stay tuned. This is again August 19, 2019, and this is Black Minds News. And stay tuned for this broadcast. Hey, how's y'all doing? Once again, this is your host, Mr. Blows Your Minds, and this is Black Minds News. Today's date is August 19, 2019, and first and foremost, I want to say what's good to my family, subscribers, old ones, and the ones that's hard to get in as new ones. Welcome to the Black Minds News. First and foremost, Mr. Blows Your Mind, I want to thank each and every one for your participation. When you have time to come over here and check out what we're doing, thank you for your participation. Passerbyers, if you should just happen to have caught the thumbnail, maybe the title, and your GPS sent you down the wrong way to find the most hidden, hated show in the black corner of the internet, why you say that, Mr. Blowman? How are you the most hated black show on the black corner of the internet? Well, I used to get 275,000 views, 50,000, 30,000, and so forth. Today in 2019, Mr. Blows Your Minds can't even get 50 views on the video. And I got 2.9 plus thousand subscribers. with at least 700 saying they want to be notified for everything I do. So you tell me, am I the most hated show in the Black Corner in any way? But anyway, thank you for passing by. Go down the aisle, see something you might like. If you see something that might rub you in the wrong way, just remember that the motto of the show is the truth don't need no partner. Now let's get into this story here, right? So let me go ahead and tell you again. It says it's a Florida man, right? Do I want to go ahead? I'm going to give you the visual so at least you could be up on what I'm on. Okay, let me show the individual right there, right? That's the individual right there, right? So let me go ahead and set these all up because, again, it don't make sense, right? But it is what it is. Again, we have to report what is out there. Got to be reported, right? Again, we got to stay vigilant and stay up, right? So again, it says that this is what it says. Again, this is coming out of the New York Post. It says, man lost job. Girlfriend threatens mass shooting of good 100 kills. I'ma say that again. Man lost job. Girlfriend threatens mass shooting of good 100 kills. Now, I don't know why they say girlfriend threatens. No, girlfriend said according to what they say. But again, could be a misprint, misquote. But accordingly, it's the girlfriend who's, anyway, you just go ahead, let me go ahead and lay it out to you, then you figure out what it is, right? Says a Florida man who recently lost his job got dumped by his girlfriend, threatened to carry out a mass shooting over the weekend, telling his ex that a good 100 kills would be nice, according to cops. I want to open fire on a large crowd of people from over 3 miles away, said Tristan Scott Wicks, 25, in an alleged text message to his ex. I want to break a world record for the longest confirmed kill ever, the young man added. According to police, I need a spotter. Wicks, a resident of Daytona Beach, was arrested Friday in Volusia County and charged with making threats to commit a mass shooting. The local sheriff office revealed his text message in a press release. A school is a weak target, Wicks allegedly said. I'd be more likely to open fire on a large crowd of people. I already have a location. Laughing, cry-faced emoji. Is that bad? At one point, cops said he flat out acknowledged that he could be arrested for his words. Well, even if you told someone, me saying I want to do it and think about it is not the same as actually doing it, wrote Wicks. Was kind of hoping someone would come into my life worth not doing it for the sake of all those people, laughing, crying face emoji. I'm not crazy, I just want to die and I just want to have fun doing it, but I'm the most patient person in the world. Wicks' ex showed the message to deputies and he was later tracked to a local Winn-Dixie where he was taken into custody without incident. Wicks initially told detectives he didn't own any firearms, but is fascinated with mass shootings. When you look at this kid's background, he is the profile of a shooter, Volusia County Sheriff Michael Chipwood told CNN. He lost his job, he lost his girlfriend, he was depressed, he got the ammunition, and he wants to become known for being the most prolific killer in American history. Despite his claims, authorities reportedly recovered a .22 caliber hunting rifle and 400 rounds of ammunition at Wicks' apartment while executing a search warrant. He was being held Sunday without bond. Wicks' arrest comes just weeks after the deadly mass shooting in Daytona, Ohio and El Paso, Texas. A number of people have threatened to carry out similar rampages, with copycats popping up throughout the United States. The FBI official recently told a congressional hearing that the Bureau was reportedly investigating nearly 850 people as possible domestic terrorists. A Reuters Ipsos poll released earlier this month found that nearly half of Americans believe the chances of another mass shooting happening in the next 3 months was highly likely. Okay, so, well, if we're going to take cinema for, let's say, how they say, imitation of life, right? You go and you hear the movie John Wicks, huh? John Wicks, right? Now you got Tristan Wicks. Now again, Tristan decides to say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Sound like a blues song, right? Lost my job, lost my woman, right? I ain't got shit else left to do. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and tell you what I'm going to do based on the simple fact. Again, I need your, you know what I'm saying? I need your listening ear for this one. Based on everything of this bad luck that done hit me, I decide I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do this. But before I get into all that, let me give you some visuals, right? Let me go ahead and show you the individual. You're just seeing a still shot there, right? Let me go ahead and show you this. Because again, I don't think that's right. You don't see that, right? Let me go ahead and show this. Ready? Let's get it.
Beach man has been arrested after deputies say he sent text messages saying that he would like to shoot into a large crowd and kill 100 people. 25-year-old Tristan Scott Wicks reportedly wanted to target schools in Volusia County and sent messages saying that he's willing to die while committing a mass shooting. Wicks says he doesn't own any guns, but deputies are planning to search his home. He is currently being held on the charge of making written threats to kill.
5-year-old Tristan Wicks has been arrested after allegedly making threats to commit a mass shooting. Police say Wicks sent alarming text messages detailing his plans to shoot into a large crowd and kill 100 people. Police track Wicks to the Winn-Dixie parking lot. This is in Daytona Beach. He is being held without bond.
So now there are the news reports, right? So let me go ahead because again, I should have did that initially up front. So again, as I was saying, you need a listening ear. So he tells the woman that just broke up with him. Again, is this some kind of a simp situation where he's kind of like trying to get her sympathy? Please don't do it, Tristan. I'll come back to you if you just promise you won't do that, right? Is that what he was trying to do? He done lost his job, right? He ain't talking about going to the job. He talking about just going out and to hurt people that had nothing to do with his situation. So you have to say, you know, but let's look at the psychology of this individual, right? He said he want to open fire on a large crowd of people from over 3 miles away. Now, wait a minute. Okay. Now, we're not going to make light of this situation. We're not going to make fun about the situation because, again, you got to commend the girlfriend for doing what she do, right? Well, what she did, right? Because she could have just kept that and shied it off. Look, I ain't done with him. I got rid of him because I think something was wrong with him anyway. And that maybe was the thing that ate at her, was the fact that she knew whatever reason was it was, the reason why she left him. Maybe it had something to do with maybe he losing his job, right? Maybe it could have been, you know, other contributing factors and, you know, behaviors that, you know, women, you know, sometimes you give it a dude, you love that craziness because you got some crazy sex for you. You understand because doing some crazy things, hanging off the ceiling, jumping down off the dresser on you. You understand all that kind of stuff, and that kind of turns you on. But it got a while to get played out. So again, we don't know about that background, but we're just gonna say that he was pulling straws, trying to make this situation to be like, okay, look, maybe I can get her back. Because did he really mean that? Again, we can't, with all the shooting, and again, when you talk about El Paso, but when you talk about Dayton, Ohio, have y'all noticed that Dayton, Ohio has not been talked about? It's not really being publicized as much as El Paso. And is there some racial elements to that? You know what I'm saying? You think about this for a second. Is there racial elements about the Dayton, Ohio, that again, the tragic that took place there versus those in El Paso, Texas, right? So I'm just saying it seemed to be some kind of difference between one and the other. One getting way more attention than the other one. And again, as a whiteologist, I have to say, I believe there's some racial elements to the reason why there's a lack of the same heightened of media, because you're going to be covering people of color, black folk, black Americans. And again, people like to say, I'm not racist. But in actuality, everything that the way this thing keep going has always got that, that theme in it, no matter how you do it. So again, getting back to Tristan Wicks here, right? So again, he's saying this to the girlfriend, and again, the girlfriend, and he put it on social media. So then they have the evidence. That's why I'm able to read it back to you to tell you what he said. And to say that he wanted to be 3 miles away to do carnage, right? And his mindset is he want to break a world record for the longest confirmed kill ever. I mean, people like to stigmatize black men, and I'm not trying to say that there is no accuracy in some of it, but there's a lot of, again, contributing factors, as we talk about the contributing factors with Tristan. That reason why black folks and black men, some of them could be just the nature of the individual, but there's also another dynamic in there that a lot of people do not want to associate with it and just say, poster them, this is what blacks killing, blacks the way, and all that. Okay. But when it comes white folks killing, now again, when you see black on black crime, it normally has a theme because there's something between a person and another person, was economic, money, women, whatever, or confrontation. That be the theme in there. Never just be random. Now, people randomly get shot and hit due to some fact, maybe it's the less trained or just the inaccuracy of the aim, and other people get afflicted by it. But when white folks, it seems, when they going out to do killing, they want to do mass killing. You understand? And so, again, remember those who watch this show on the regular. I told you that an so-called, he's an ex-white nationalist. Again, I don't know if you could ever be an ex-white nationalist. But he said that the copycats, based on them seeing somebody who before them, it's kind of like coming like LeBron James coming behind Michael Jordan. He wants to outdo him. He wants to be greater than him. And so you just heard according to what they said, he had wrote in his social media page that he wanted to shoot people from 3 miles away. And then his next breath was he want to break a world's record for the longest confirmed killed ever. But he said he need a spotter. So in that case, he's asking, you want to help me? Hey, come on. Just be the spotter for me. Right? So again, is this him trying to bait her to somehow sympathy, trying to get back with him? Did he really mean it? We got to take that serious again. You know how you want to put the poster of the black man is the Baba Yaga, but here is John Wicks in reality saying he gonna do some John Wick shit. And so the girlfriend took it serious. You better take it serious. So whether you were playing with the words or not, we got to take it serious. Because see, when you see a white man talking about he coming away and talking about getting gun and ammo, talking about killing up people, you got to take it seriously, right? And so we see that not John Wicks, but Tristan Wicks is a resident of Daytona Beach. He was arrested on Friday in Volusia County. Now, when you look at Volusia and you look at the demographics of the Volusia, according to what they said of their 2010 demographics, they said that it is 86.11% white, 9.29% black or African American, right? Those are really the biggest dynamics in Volusia. And then they said the Hispanic or Latino of any race, anything that has something to do with that, they say about 13.7%. So 9% black, 13% Hispanic, and they say 86% of it is supposedly white, and the whites break down to German, Irish, English, and Italian ancestry, right? So when he was talk about going to do shooting, was he going to pick white folks? Did it matter, or did he want to be, again, targeting the Hispanic Latino community or the black community, right? I guess it's good we don't know, right? I guess when you really look at it, it's good to not know what his, plan really was, because again, there would have been people dying and being, carnage everywhere based on what he said. And so, they said based on him making a threat to commit a mass shooting, and again, they said the sheriff and them to reveal his messages to the press. And these are the things he kind of said also in there. Again, this is the mindset he's saying. Now, again, what I want to try to elaborate here is the fact that means that a lot of these young white men are sitting down in their homes and they're actually doing that, thinking this out. To think that you're talking about the world's record. So did you look up in Guinness Book to try to find out? Man, today online, it ain't even a book, right? You go online and try to figure out what it said. Okay, so he figured out if I could do over 3 miles and kill over 100 people, I'll be in a book, again, trying to etch my name for infamy, not because I could do something that would be, well, I guess, great can be great depending on what it is. Again, there's great and everything. Niels Hogo, those who know the story I did with Niels Hogo, is the greatest prolific killer ever. They're going to probably make a movie one day about him. And he was a nurse. You know what I'm saying? He was a nurse in Germany. Niels Hogo, look it up if you know. Go back and try to find the story that I did. Right? So again, his whole thing was to people who was, going through cardiac arrest or dying. His thing was to make them go through that and then to come back and save them. And that was his kick. And if you die, another one I lost, right? And it just told up the numbers are just astounding. If you didn't hear that story, go check it out. I already did it. So here's Tristan Wicks, who done sat down and thought about it, and he says, school is a weak target. He said, I like more likely to open fire on a large crowd of people. Now, again, that which everybody, again, with Las Vegas, stayed in Las Vegas, they don't really talk about that no more, right? And so, again, based on what that individual supposedly had done, a lot of questions to that, somebody wants to do something grander than that. And it's like, man, seem like you can have, let's say, privilege, access to a lot of things, access, all these things, and yet seems to not quench the thirst. You get what I'm saying? People can have a lot of things in their favor and still don't know how to use it to benefit themselves. And yet they feel like, well, the best way to etch my name in history, to be infamous, I got to do something big and grand. And so I guess this is the break the glass case of emergency. If I can't, play sports or become somebody famous or president, well, it could be, well, this here I could do. It's kind of like, I could do this, right? And so he goes on, he talks about, that he flat out acknowledged that he could be arrested for his words. Now, based on his own words, he knew what he was saying, and probability, if it gets to the proper people before all this take place, his words would be convicting him. Well, he right about that, right? And so he goes on and says, oh, well, even if you told someone, now again, he's talking to a woman, girlfriend he just left. Again, is he simping, baiting, trying to use this as a way to get her to come back so that, the contradiction is, well, if you didn't, so you're going to live with the fact that, all right, I tried to tell you, man, and if you would have just gone ahead and got back with me, I wouldn't have killed them. So now that I killed them, they're dead, I'm dead, you're going to be living with the guilt that I told you, and you could have just came back and you could have prevented it all. So you put the guilt on her, right? So that's why she felt what she felt, she did what she did. Again, you could agree with me, you could disagree with me. It's up to you, right? So he goes on and he says, you know, even if you told someone, talking to her, he said, I want to do it and think about it, not the same as actually doing it. And he laughs, right? So he playing with it. I'm saying it, but I'm not really trying to do it. You know, it's kind of joking, right? Was kind of hoping someone would come into my life worth not doing it for. See? That's what he says. Was kind of hoping someone would come into my life worth not doing it for. Okay, so he trying to bait simping. You understand? You know what I'm saying? Again, for men out here who know this. Most men become men due to the simple fact your heart been broken. That's how you learn to become a man in this game that you call love and relationship. You're going to go through some things. So it's kind of, you know, you get older and you ain't gone through that, then you go through this thing, it's like your whole world done lost. And that being grown in the first time somebody done broke up with you or cheated on you and all this other stuff, you want to kill the whole world. That's, you know what I'm saying? You can't take rejection. You can't take no. And so he's trying to bait her into this. Now, again, I can't say for 100% fact, but that's what it sounded, that he was using this situation, because I'm going to show you something that he did that proved to him, as much as the words he said, if that was what he was about, he was about that life, he showed when he did it like this. Wait, just hold on a second, I'm going to show it to you. And so it goes on, and then he says, for the sake of all those people, he sent an emoji with a laughing, crying face. He says, I'm not crazy, I just want to die. I want to have fun doing it, but I'm the most patient person in the world. So he said, well, okay, I got time, I'm going to wait. And the reason why he's telling her he's going to wait is because why? I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to do it. So that keeps it in her mind. This motherfucker told me he's going to kill people. Now, he's thinking maybe she's not going to tell. I think he was kind of rolling the dice thinking he thought he knew her. But there was a part of her that she was like, I'm done with, you know, I can't even sing the R. Kelly song no more when a woman's fed up, right? That's all tore up, right? So, but you know what I mean? When a woman's fed up, ain't nothing you could do about it, right? It's like running out of love, right? So that doesn't happen. She done with you. Ain't no more, can't repair this. This is over with. So he just goes on and he says those things. But what happens is the girlfriend shows the message to the deputies. They track him down at the local Winn-Dixie, whatever that might be, well, in Florida. I'm not sure what that is. Some kind of store, right? And it's funny that they said this. Did you catch this, what they said in the story? They said that, I ain't gonna say funny and funny, but I'm just saying the again, complexion for the protection, right? The complexion for the protection. Because how old did they say he is? He's 25 years old, right? Now listen to, again, I read it, maybe you didn't catch it. So that's why sometimes I go back to reiterate those points in there, just in case you didn't catch it. Now again, after the girlfriend tells him, the authorities track him down, find him, that's where he's at. And they run up on him, right? So he, according Wicks tells initially the detectives, he didn't even own any fire guns. But he said, but I am fascinated with mass shootings, right? It's like people are fascinated to watch horror killing movies and all, right? War movies, right? They're fascinated with that. Like to see death and carnage and blood and gore, right? Some people just like that. I never understand. I don't understand how the hell that shit is entertainment. But that's just me, right? Everybody different, right? Whatever floats your boat. And so Let me show him talking about. So he claimed that this time now when the police run up on him, oh, I don't even own guns. But I am fascinated with, say again, I'm fascinated with killing, but I won't actually do it. Trying to playing the role. And then this is what they say. Now, I'm going to read it verbatimly what the article says. I'm going to say it one time. I may say it twice so you can get it. When you look at this kid's background, what? Now, could he be a kid because if he's 25 and you're older than 25, let's say you're 50, you could say he's a kid to you. It'd be your kid, right? But this is not a kid. This is a grown man. But it says, when you look at this kid's background, he is the profile of a shooter. They say, well, this is the type of that, again, profile number, this is the type of dude that would be one of them, right? Goes on, says, well, he lost his job, he lost his girlfriend, he's depressed, he's got the ammunition, and he wants to become known for being the most prolific killer in American history. All that come together creates you a mass shooter. Now, black men go through this every day too. Every other men go through this every day too. Why we ain't seeing people of other ethnicities going out doing these types or even having these forethoughts about doing this kind of heinous killings on people that had nothing to do with you? So it's not just that in itself. That as much as they want to make it seem like, well, he lost his girl, he's depressed, right? He's depressed, lost his job, lost his girl, he got ammunition. What about the gun? He got ammunition. He got that gun too, though, right? And it goes on. They talk about he had a 22 caliber hunting rifle. Now, 22 caliber rifle, a lot of people assume that, well, it can't do no real damage. It's a 22. Well, that 22 to do a lot. When Ronald Reagan, when he got shot, that 22, huh? Went in and came out, other plays, went and rickety, ding, 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 and do a lot of damage. But again, you're not going to kill 100 people with that. But again, the point is, that's the only gun he had. Don't mean. Again, he said he was patient. You don't know he was going to go ahead and get to the process. Again, it's all speculative about what he really was going to do. But the point of him doing or saying it, you had to take it seriously. Young white man, again, all the dynamics that he just said, lost job, girlfriend, depressed, got ammunition. He said out his own mouth verbatimly that he's fascinated with mass shooting. And guess what? That's what it is, right? So, nothing else need to be said about that, but I just want to make sure to bring that to you. Again, this is Black Minds News, right? And so we cover stories like that, not because, again, it's not so much just targeting people, but the fact is, these things are real, man. Again, people try to make black folks as the poster, but like I said, where is the mass shooters of other ethnicities going out? Because people do have their differences, what their own kind and death will happen. But when you're going out and targeting mass of people, that poster I ain't going to say never. I'm saying it has not been people other than a particular people. And they know this. So then there has to be an evaluation or come to truth moment to realize that, there's something not quite right. Now, let me show you this one other thing that I didn't show you. Right? Let me show you this. Because remember he said he would die, right? Well, look at this. Remember did y'all see that in the video? Remember when the police ran up on him? I had that gun to him. But remember in the story he said, I'm willing to die and be having fun with it. But when that gun was up on that rise, boy, you bet you ain't ready to take it. You ain't ready to see Jesus. I ain't ready. Not ready, but I was ready to get everybody else who wasn't ready to go see Jesus. You ready to go let them go. But when it was your turn, he wasn't ready, right? He wasn't ready. See, that's just what it is, man. That's just what it is, right? See? So he wanted to say, well, I just said some things that I really didn't mean. Well, we'll just see how much of that works with him or against him as time goes on and this story develops more. Again, want to thank you for participating and watching over here. And then before we get up out here, let me show you these. And then we'll be right back. All right, so let's see. So I guess I got to say I want to thank everybody for coming. Right? I want to thank each and every one of you for those who came and participated and listened to today's show. Again, this is the most hated show on the black corner of the internet. And you know, people out here, man, all types of anxieties and hang-ups. A lot of people looking at the demographics and kind of wondering, based on our history and what we have done to other people, that because of the declining numbers that they're going to come get us. So you got to hang up on things that may not just be minds just playing tricks on you. But to go out and looking to bring harm to other people who have nothing to do with you in itself is psychotic, either whether you meant it or didn't mean it, right? So when you see, again, as a story talked about, 850 people have been considered as domestic terrorists based on the same mindset of trying to copycat. That's 850 times. Again, they already said there's been over 250 plus mass shootings in this year of 2019. So when we see the constant face of the same people, then what are you people, as those people who this would be of your nation, what are you thinking about when you see that? Or we're just gonna not say anything and hope that somehow it goes away? Maybe that's really been the problem. It's kind of like the girlfriend. Oh, you seen the symptoms, you heard the talk, but you chide it off because but there's so many of them, right? And to the fact that, as the police talked about, lone wolves, it's hard to detect against the lone wolf because you never know when they're going to strike. So guess what? Who's got to be the people that got to tell on them? Those who most closest to them. Well, this is Black Minds News. Again, I want to thank you for your participation. Remember, when you see one another, give that, hey, what's good, brother? What's good, sister? You can't do that much. At least give the universal nod. Remember that this is all we got. We are all on the same team, right? And that get that hate, jealousy, envy, and spite up out yourself. And understand we all in this. Understand that those on the uniform of the team that you on, and allies are important if that is your thing. But you better ask your allies, when shit get hot, are you still gonna be here in the frying pan with me? Ask them, have they ever heard of John Brown? Is John Brown real to you? Or is John Brown a book or a fictitious book you heard of or read that was just a story once upon a time told? And again, there are some people out here who have the forethought and glee in heart to see your demise. So, with that being said, we have to be cautious, stay vigilant, mindful, and high-spirited. Once again, this is another Black MINDZ News Report, and want to thank each one again. Until the next show, y'all. Peace, love.